Let me just retract some of our equations, no? Just a bit of our equations. So first of all, now we have the following expressions. S is equivalent to V bar T, no? So I'm going to write that with a certain bar value ang aton V. What's the meaning of V bar?
Average velocity.
Average velocity. Ano nang bot sila sa average velocity? Again, when you travel from one place to the other, you could not maintain your speed. No? It's highly unlikely that you could maintain your speed. No? So we can get the average velocity by dividing total distance over total time. No? So for example, if you travel to Antique, how many of you are living in Antique?
Wala may register, sir.
Anybody from Antique here? Wala? Other places? Anong mga
Capiz,
lugar?
sir, Dama.
Sa din?
Capiz.
Capiz, no? How far is an area in Capiz to the city of Iloilo? Who has an idea?
2 hours, sir.
2 hours ang, ano na, Rojas?
From Hamindan, sir.
How far is Hamindan? How far is Hamindan?
Feel ko, sir,
So,
mga 100 kilometers.
100. So, assuming no nga 100, no? So, let's say the distance, the total distance, no, is 100 kilometers. So, again, that's just an estimate because we don't know. But you travel that for 2 hours, no? It took you 2 hours to travel that. So, what's the question? What's the average velocity that you are using, no, to reach the place? So 100 divided by 2, no? So you say that you are traveling at 50 kilometers per hour. Now, is 50 kilometers per hour very fast or very slow? How do you describe 50 kilometers? Medyo hinay na, di ba? So basically, what we see there is that for the next 2 hours while you travel there, you are not actually running at 50. There are times that the driver will run for faster speed, and there are times when the driver will have to slow down. No? But all throughout, no, ang total distance is 100, ang total time is 2 hours. No? So hindi ba pwede nga hindi ka muna magkaon-kaon, no? Di ba? You observe that? There are times when the driver has to stop for you to go down and go to the CR, na? Traveling to Baguio, for example. If from Metro Manila to Baguio City, the driver will not literally stop at an eatery, no, or in a certain facility there with restrooms, then I think all of you will burst their gallbladder, no? By the time you reach Baguio City, no? So again, it has to stop, no? So again, the 50 kilometers per hour here is not a speed the driver uses all throughout the journey. No? Okay, now this is one equation. So to get our average velocity there, no, we divide S by T. Now, however, another expression that we use for V bar, no, is that V bar could also be VF plus VI, no? And we divide the value by 2. No? Now, so that's again V bar, no? Now our other expression, we have an expression also that is your V sub S, no, equal to VI plus AT. No? Dito rin nga ginagawa kayo na.
Ang sa maiyaman, sir, ka-acceleration, sir, ng formula.
So may formula na sa aton acceleration kayo na, no? So we transform it now and eventually we come up with this value. Now, if S, guys, no, if S is equal to V bar times T, no? If that's the value of our V bar, or our S, I mean, and we copied this from our value above, no? Now you'll notice that we can substitute the value of V bar here, no? And we could write this eventually as S is equals to a value of our V bar. Ano ganing value sa ating V bar? VF plus VI, no? All over 2. And then we multiply the whole thing by a value called, so this is now, again, this value is our V bar, amaning V bar. Tapos i-multiplyan, tani siya sang another variable called T. No? There's a variable that we multiply for not T. No? So ang ato ni nga una, nga ginsulat, the first value that we wrote is actually our V bar alone. No? Our T, again, no, comes from our expression here. No? So this is where T comes from. The value of V bar is this one. No? Now, if you go to your algebra, guys, no, you'll notice that you can solve for the value of S by distributing the value of T to the expression inside. No? And that will now become, no, BF T. No? So that's V sub F times T. No? And then, no, we can literally divide them, no, each of them by a value 2. No? So that could be divided by 2. And then there's another expression here that is also, no, equal to VI, then multiplied by T. No? And again, we divide it by 2 again. No? So now ang question, how about the value of V sub F? What is V sub F? So V sub F here, no, is multiplied by time. V sub I is multiplied by time. How about the value of V sub F? Now, what is our value actually of V sub F? Is there still an expression for V sub F? Now, you'll notice that our V sub F, if we will try to look at our expression above, no, over here, no? So try to check this expression, no? Our V sub F, guys, no, if you'll try to look at the value of V sub F is actually VIT, no? VI plus AT. And again, no, there's a product T there that we are going to multiply to that expression. And we are going to divide it by a denominator 2. No? Di na halin ang aton nga expression. So our V sub F, this V sub F is equals to VI plus AT. And mayara ni siya di time, no? This variable time naging multiply natin ni sagwa. So this is basically VF times T then divided by 2, no? In our denominator. Now, there's another expression here that is VI T divided by 2, no? Which we will also add in our expression. And again, this is being, that's dividing the value by 2 again. No? So, maniyaya ang ating nasulat na. These are expression that we already wrote. No, we just copy that variable here. No? Now, let's try to multiply again T to the expression inside the parentheses. No? So, what now becomes of that? No? So, we'll now have S equal to what? Again, another VIT, no? And then there's a value there that and this is being divided by 2, no? And our value above, there's what? Ano ang 80 times another T? Ano ka na matabo?
80 squared.
Yan, nakakaroon ng 80 square, no? That's 80 square, by the way, no? Sorry. So, let me remove na lang sang 2 para makita natin na squared na siya. No? And there's a denominator for that, no? Which is 2. And may sugpon siya sa kilid. No? If you continue writing this, so that's another plus VIT. Then still divided it by 2. No? So, let me write, no? So this is being divided by 2. And our t there is actually now raised to the second. It's raised to the second power. Now, can we add together VIT over 2 and another VIT over 2? Can they be added?
Yes.
So what happens when you add x plus x?
2x.
2x. But this is 1/2 x plus 1/2 x. So what becomes of 1/2 x plus 1/2 x?
Magiging x na lang, sir.
What happens to 1/2 x plus 1/2 x?
Maha 1x na lang, sir.
1x. Or this is, in this case, it will just be called BI times t na lang. No? So, ihimo ko na lang siya nga parentheses para maintindihan niya. So, this is actually V sub I, initial velocity now, times time. And then you have a value there, no? Nga plus 1/2 of A t. And then the t there is being squared. No? So, amo na yun, no? So, anong ganit po sila sa VI? What's the meaning of V sub I?
Initial
I
velocity.
is our initial velocity. Our t is our time, no? The time of travel. And what's our value of A?
Acceleration.
Our acceleration. What's the unit of our acceleration? Acceleration, Vinci.
Speed.
Ano aton unit sang acceleration, Vinci?
Kilometer per hour, sir. Ang speed.
That's meter per second
Meter,
squared.
meter
No?
per second
Meter
squared.
per second.
And what about S? S is known as your displacement, no? Or
Displacement.
your distance, no? So kung wala man lang sa isang direction, then you can consider that as your distance, no? Okay, so any question from you? So I think you have quite a lot today, no? So I think amo lang na guro ato ni discuss subong, ha? So we can call it a day, no? So see you guys, no? Next meeting.